Hello and welcome to the final game of the Oswego State ACHA season, the regular season that is, at the Marano Campus Center Ice Arena. I am Ben Grieco alongside Jerry Pritchard on the camera. I wasn't here last Sunday, but as I said, we can always rely on Jerry to fill in. I was the PA announcer as Bo was apparently in Canada for something a little different, couldn't make it back for the game, but this is why we have rotations so that we can make sure they're all good. Coming into today, Oswego State is 12-16-0-1 overall with a 7-0-5-1 record in the NECHL, and they're facing Niagara University, who are 13-16-1-1 with a 4-2-6-1 NECHL record. And as I said, it's the 30th game of the season for the Lakers and the final regular season game. The last time out was last Sunday where they faced SUNY Cortland on February 17th in a 3-1 win for 3 more crucial league points. Oswego State is third and has clinched the playoffs with 22 points. They are 8 points behind Canisius and 11 points behind Buffalo, and they are 5 points ahead of, you guessed it, Niagara. So we were supposed to be at the Fort today, but we are glad to be at the MCC for the final regular season, so you guys do have a better view of the ice, but we were supposed to be at the Fort, but we were able to switch it over to the campus center. And as I said, the last time out was a 3-1 win for Cortland on senior night. Chase Nees and Andrew Carty both had a goal and assist. Markey with an empty net goal to seal the win. Theo Cup and CJ Walsh, both had assists. Alex Galosi had 35 saves on 36 shots, the 1 goal allowed. And tonight's leading scorers for the team. Leading scorers are Kyle McNamara with 16 goals, 18 assists with 34 points. CJ Walsh has 13 goals and 8 assists for 21 points. Theo Cup moved up to third with 3 goals, 13 assists, and 16 points. We are waiting on Niagara, it looks like, waiting behind in the locker room. Players for Oswego are just kind of skating to stay warm. And now look, the leading goaltender, Alex Galosi, has 20 games played this season. He has an 8-10 record, a 3.23 goals against average. He's allowed 60 all season, and 556 saves for a 903 save percentage, 2 shutouts on the season. Now, this is obviously the second meeting between Oswego State and Niagara University. And last time, we were actually with you. Horrible audio, but we got the game out so you can at least watch it. 5-4 win in Oswego's favor. There was 23 shots for Oswego compared to 35 for Niagara. Kyle McNamara had his hat trick that day. The day before at Erie Community College, and here comes Niagara, at Erie Community College in Cheektowaga, Mike Lemieux had a hat trick. So there's 2 back-to-back hand tricks. Wands and Walsh both had 3 assists. Jay Chapin had a goal and assist, and Chris Carey had a goal. Mike Lemieux also had an assist for a 4-point weekend. Alex Galosi had 31 saves on 35 shots. Now for Niagara, it is their 32nd game of the season, also their final. They are 5th in the NECHL. Like I said, 5 points behind Oswego, 1 ahead of RIT and 1 ahead of Cornell. Their head coach is Larry Pachowski, and assistant coach is Tom Merardian. Last time out was on February 16th, a 7-4 loss to SUNY Cortland. Robert McNamara had 2 goals, and having 2 assists was Daniel Smolka in the game. Vecchio and Kovtuna both had a goal. Gazowicz and Crawford both had assists. Grant Zell on goal had 33 saves on 40 shots. Their leaders are Robert McNamara with 22 goals, 11 assists for 33 points. Ryan Peters has 13 goals, 18 assists for 31 points. And Tyler Stockwell, 8 goals, 19 assists, 27 points. Grant Zell is their leading goaltender with 18 games played, 6-7 record. He has 67 goals allowed with a 411 goals against average, 455 saves for an 872 save percentage, but has no shutouts. And still, generally compared to last time, it should be interesting how the game went last time. It was a very intense game. That 5-3 win, or 5-4 win, as I said last time. Once again, I do apologize for the audio we had last time. Niagara will be fighting to get a little higher, but Oswego will try to be pushing the lead so they can stay in third to potentially play a lower seed in the CHL playoffs, and I'll have the standings for you later in the game. And the starting 5 for Oswego State are going to be on defense. It's going to be Chris Wands and Theo Cup. On offense, Chris Carey with Oscar Markey at center and Joe Marcelic on the other wing. And Dan Parapezgo, Pez as they call him, will be the man between the pipes this afternoon. Your starting defense for Niagara University. Actually, let's go to the starting forwards. Dave Hazlett's going to be on defense. Also on the starting five is going to be Andrew Parrish, along with Frank Vecchio. Vecchio and Hazlitt will be your defenders. On forward is going to be number 37, Justin Crawford, alongside number 11, Andrew Parrish. And I can't see the 5th number, unfortunately, but the starting goaltender looks like it is going to be number 35, John Nichols. So we honor America. We apologize for the battery there. It looks like it died. We might have to switch batteries quite often, as the batteries look like they might be on their last life. And Jerry's got it, and we're going to switch them out as much as we can. A little bit of a different rendition of the national anthem from Bo Drake this time. The 5th forward for, by the way, or 3rd forward for Niagara, by the way, is going to be number 25, Logan Field. Those are going to be your starting 5. John Nichols, a close friend of mine as well. Not this John Nichols, a different John Nichols, and I know he's probably not watching tonight. And we got it going. Apparently the camera's ready. Jerry's ready. I'm ready. Hopefully both teams are ready. Bo Drake is ready. Pez is ready. And I think the few fans that are here are ready as well. 20 minutes on the clock for Oswego State and Niagara University in the first period, where Niagara will be trying to fight for maybe a little bit of a higher position in the playoffs. I apologize. I just dropped something and I had to move around to pick it up. Jerry's going to fix that. As both teams do hit center ice, Oscar Markey alongside Frank Vecchio on defense. He's going to be taking the starting circle as we have puck drop here at the Marano Campus Center. Markey wins the faceoff and goes back to Wands, who gives over to Cup. Cup back to Wands at the far boards, tries to give it up to Carey. Carey can't put a stick on it, but Wands just tips it in the neutral zone. Niagara dumps it in. Cup recovers. Now Wands at the far corner. Carey just tips it at the blue line now with a shot all the way down from field. Goes wide, doesn't even hit Parapesco. Marcelluk tries to give it to Markey. Markey loses it, gives it to Cup instead. Wands now skating the neutral zone, gives it up to Markey. Can't tip it. No icing, however. It looks like it might have gone without touching Oswego State, so we will move on. Chris Carey pressuring. Now with Jay Chapin. Chapin's going to fight for the puck alongside Andrew Parrish. Now CJ Walsh at the near boards. Martin Simonek at the far boards. Now gets a long pass to Marcelluk, who just tips it in. No icing as he tipped it before the blue line. Chapin's going to pressure David Hazlitt. Hazlitt banks it off the boards, but gives it right to Simonek. Simonek keeps it in, but will lose it a little bit. Kyle McNamara there to dump it back in. Niagara now. Chapin dumps it in. Going to be held onto by Logan Field. They've been out for about a minute now. Oswego State's already had a line change. Now with Chapin. Chapin holds on to it, but he loses it. It's going to go onto the stick of Ryan Peters. Ryan Peters skating in. Pez just gloves it down after it hit his stick and flew up. Parapesco will make his first save of the game with 18:41 remaining. Still 0-0. Lakers versus the Purple Eagles. Jerry is looking for maybe a different battery outside of the other camera that we do have. As it looks like ours has died, and I will try to do a radio broadcast as best as I can. Far corner now. It's going to be Chase Nees. Chase Nees goes right in front. He's going to get some speed and gives it up to Nick Matro. Nick Matro skating with some speed on Nees. Nees right in the slot, just can't hold on. And grabbing it is going to be Ryan Peters. Peters now a long pass up onto the stick of Robert McNamara. McNamara loses the puck after Sean O'Neill was batting a little bit for him. Chase Nees tries to give it over to Nick Matro, but it goes right into the neutral zone under the far corner now. Sean O'Neill goes over the head of Sean O'Neill after a weird bank. Niagara's David Fish will hold on. O'Neal, end boards. Now with Vasta. Vasta up to Matro. Matro maybe looking for a pass on the far boards. He just passes the Oswego bench. Tries to get up to Cardi. No outside, so Matro will keep it in. Cardi couldn't hold on to it. Niagara recovers at the end boards with Daniel Smolka. Smolka, long pass, almost tipped. No icing, however. It's going onto the stick of Anthony Thurstow. And now with Tyler Stockwell at the end boards. Shot goes wide to Parapesco. That was David Fish with a shot near. And it looked like for a deep pass, but no one was there. Only Wands by Niagara. Guillaume Herbert gives it up to Nathan Morgan. Nathan Morgan looking for a shot. Can't get anything. Brett Dawson's knocked down. And Guillaume Herbert will just keep it in the zone. Chris Wands. Franz up to Dawson. Dawson with the backhand. It's in! Brett Dawson on the backhand just gets past the leg of John Nichols. Oswego State takes a 1-0 lead over Niagara University with 17:10 remaining in the period. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that might be Brett Dawson's first, and it is his first ACHA point. Give the kid the puck. It's 1-0, Brett Dawson with his first. First of the career, first of the season. And unfortunately, we didn't have a camera on that, but that was a great goal there, as the referees will have to get a new puck now, since Dawson will be holding on to that one forever. First ACHA goal, Markey back at center. Oswego State takes an early 1-0 lead for their first shot of the game. And just like that, they have the lead. Camera back down. Looks like Jerry's trying to finagle some stuff as well, and we do apologize for the battery life that we do have right now. End boards. Joe Marcelluk right in front now with Markey. Markey looking for a backhand as well. Doesn't even hit Nichols, though. Wands just dumps it back in. Now with Marcelluk. Marcelluk tries to get off to Markey. Markey's a little too close on the end boards. Now in the near side with Kyle Clifford. Into the neutral zone. Marcelluk trying to fight for it alongside Noah Koenig. Marcelluk will eventually win it and just dump it in. Markey skating after it with Gibson Stewart right next to him. Stewart holds on. Marcelluk just trying to bat it away. Stewart lost his stick. Going on the stick was Patrick Manning, who gives it over to Pavel Kovtunov. He just dumps it in. Chris Wands with it, misses the pass, gives it now to Theo Cup at the near boards, or far corner, excuse me. Now to Oscar Markey. Markey, maybe looking for a shot. He gets a shot, but it's blocked right away by David Hazlitt. Didn't have any clean shot, didn't have any clear pass, so he just decided to take the shot. Blocked up in front, now with Hazlitt. Hazlitt, he falls to the ground. Now with McNamara. McNamara looking for a pass. He leaves it out for Marcelluk, who loses it. Hazlitt has it back at the far boards. Hazlitt. That's going to be a fun one to say all night. Now with David Hazlitt again. He's knocked into the bench a little bit by Simonek. CJ Walsh races the puck. Vecchio just misses him. Marcelluk now gives it over to McNamara. McNamara with some speed in the neutral zone. Just dumps it in. Goes wide of Nichols. Looks like he might have tried for Walsh, but he'll recover himself. Walsh now the long stick right in front. Could not get it onto the stick of Chapin, who was right up in front, wide open. And now with Simonek at the far corner. Chapin gives it up to Simonek. Simonek with a shot. Goes wide now. McNamara for a backhand. And Mike Lemieux tries to get it over the top. I can't tell if him or his defender, Kyle or Logan Field, had a stick on that, but it just went high of Nichols. Now with Mike Lemieux. Lemieux just skating back. Maybe look for Simonek. He's going to dangle a little bit. He's knocked down. Maybe doing a little too much, and now it's with Jay Chapin. Chapin with a cross-ice pass to Kyle McNamara. Walsh on his side. McNamara shot. Walsh right in front, and Nichols holds on. Walsh is shoved away from the goaltender by Daniel Smolka. Nichols just holds on. That's only the Lakers' second shot of the night, or registered second shot of the night, I should say. 15:01 remaining in the period. Oswego State does lead 1-0. Stoppage in play. Chase Nees is going to be pulled out of the face-off circle. Nick Matro will go in for the replacement. Referee in the back saw something he didn't like. Matro wins it anyway. Now with Cardi. Cardi just overskates it. Maybe a little wet down there. And now trying to clear it is Niagara. Holding on to it was Bobby Vasta. Now Niagara's going to have a chance. Instead, Sean O'Neal takes it. And dumping back in is Patrick Marano. Sean O'Neal now with it at the end boards. O'Neal looking for a pass, gives it over to Vasta, his defensive partner. Vasta with a long pass onto Matro's stick, now with Cardi. Cardi's going to skate with some speed around two, tries to get over to Knees. Instead, Cardi's going to hold on. Cardi looking for a long pass, gives it over to Matro. Matro loses the puck at the end boards, holds on to it actually. And now Chase Knees at the near corner. Knees tries to get it up to O'Neal. O'Neal just blocks it. Chase Knees gets over to Cardi the slot. Cardi's shot, and it's blocked up in front by Patrick Marano. Just the stick. Dumped in by Daniel Smolka. He's going to have it at the near corner now. Far corner. David Fish. Shot from Smolka. It goes right into the pads of Pez, and he holds on. He leaves it off. And now with Chase Knees at the center ice, he's going to leave it back for his defenseman, Bobby Vasta. Vasta looking for a pass. He gives it off to Nathan Morgan. Morgan skates in with some speed. Morgan shot. Goes off the stick, off his mask, and into the stands. No shot registered. 13:45 remaining in the period. 1-0. Oswego State leads early on after Brett Dawson's first ACHA goal. And unfortunately, we had to miss that one. Theo Cup now was it after Oswego State won the faceoff. Niagara holds on, but it's held onto by Wands, who just has a long shot, bouncing shot. Nichols holds on to it. Dawson, he had the earlier goal. He bumps his man off the puck, but he can't hold on. Now Theo Cup with it in the neutral zone. Cup over to Wands. Wands looking for a pass. He just dumps it in instead. It was right on the stick of Kyle Clifford, trying to maybe avoid the icing. Guillaume Herbert leaves it up, cannot hold on. Now taking it is back his Cup as Anthony Thurso just couldn't raise the puck. And now it's with Brett Dawson again. Herbert in the center. Dawson on the far boards. He gets around one man, leaves it off Herbert. Herbert looking for maybe a pass at a slot for Cup. Cup wasn't there. Cup with a shot. Guillaume looking for the deflection. Nothing doing. Wands shot blocked up in front by Kyle Clifford. And it's back into the neutral zone. Theo Cup with it. This is off for Oscar Markey. Markey had the empty net goal at Cortland on senior night. Over the net, he shoots it from the neutral zone. Chris Carey was potentially looking for maybe a rebound shot. He loses a stick as he knocks his man down. Niagara's going to have a chance now as he gets around one. Vecchio looking for a shot. Shot right into the chest of Parapesco. And he tries to stick it back to him, but Markey hits it away. And now with Kyle McNamara up to Marcelic. Marcelic looking for something. Takes a light shot. Maybe looking for a rebound, but Carey couldn't get there. And Nichols makes the easy save. Marcelic right in front. Markey just couldn't get a stick on it. He looked like he was trying to dangle around. And now back with Markey in the neutral zone after Ethan Wiesberger couldn't hold on to it. Niagara now entering their offensive zone. Vecchio tries to get around, has maybe a little bit of a fake shot after it's deflected. Parapesco easily deflects it away. Now in the near corner, Markey fighting for it alongside Justin Crawford. Vecchio comes away with it, however. Vecchio looking for the shot, gives it up to the point. Shot, fake shot, excuse me, from Logan Field. That just goes into the end boards. Niagara's going to keep changing while they have possession outside zone. Now a shot from Field, but it's blocked up in front by Markey. Markey blocks the second attempt as well. Field with it at the blue line. Now takes a shot again, and it's blocked up in front now by Wiesberger. Now with Marcelic. Marcelic just dumps it in, fakes dumps it in. Just takes an easy shot again, and Nichols will hold on to it this time with the glove. 11:18 now remaining, 5-4. It's a shot advantage for Oswego State, and the battery once again has disappeared. So it's going to be a lot of switching. As you can see, hopefully during the intermission we can get one to completely charge so we don't have this problem. The weather probably hasn't helped all that much with how cold it's been in Oswego. We did have some rain today with how warm it was. Lemieux tries to get a hit. But it's right in front. Lemieux with a couple bats, and Nichols can't hold on. It's right in front. It's in! Kyle McNamara just with the tip. A little bit of a baseball swing, and Oswego State leads 2-0. 11:06 remaining in the period. Oswego State jumps out to a 2-0 lead after McNamara had a little bit of baseball swing. We'll have to see if he was a baseball player in high school as well. 6 shots to 4. Oswego State up 2-0 with 11:06 to go in the first frame. Jay Chapin at center with McNamara winning it. McNamara dumps it into the near corner. Lemieux on his man, Daniel Smolka. Chapin racing after it. Niagara looks maybe a little lost right now because out of the big scrum in front, they got to get some confidence back if they want to stay in this. Niagara now 2-on-1. Opportunity shot. Parapesco stops it. Looks like the shot came from Holmes Lynn. Kyle McNamara. McNamara loses it, and it's going to go into the near side now. O'Neal gets around his man. His man, Robert McNamara, fell. No tripping. Chapin now skating after it. He's going to hold on to the far corner. He knocks down his man while holding on to the puck. Patrick Marano, and the battery once again has gone. Theo Cup now with it at the far wall. Nick Batro with it, gives it back to Chris Wands. Wands just dumps it in, goes wide of Nichols. It's going to be at the far corner now with Niagara. Niagara tries to give it up, now to the neutral zone alongside Anthony Thurso. Thurso just gives it back to a defenseman, Anthony Smolka. Smolka gives it over to Gibson Stewart. Stewart with a long pass, tipped by Chase Nees. No icing, however, because Chase Nees tipped it. Theo Cup trying to hold on to, he's sandwiched together at the boards, and Chase Nees will skate in and sneak it away. Nees gives it up to Cardi. Cardi looking for a pass, but he goes into neutral zone after deflecting off Chase Nees' shoulder. Now it's with Theo Cup. Theo Cup at the end boards, 9:30 remaining in the period. Just dumped in by Tyler Stockwell. Andrew Cardi just couldn't hold on. Shot goes wide. Parapesco will hold on to it with a glove as he was pressured a little bit with 9:20 remaining in the period. Oswego State, as I said, up 2-0. Guillaume Herbert will be at center. 9:20 remaining in the period. 6-6 now are the shots. Parapesco has stopped all 6. Brett Dawson couldn't find it. Guillaume Herbert now gives it back to C.J. Walsh. Walsh tries to give it up to Nathan Morgan, but just ahead on the bank pass, and C.J. Walsh will get it back after Niagara dumped in a little bit. Nathan Morgan will just dump it in. No icing. Gibson Stewart leaves it up. He goes in neutral zone on Martin Simonek's stick. No icing. Martin Simonek just couldn't hold on to keep it up front toward their zone. He'll stay behind his net. To Niagara right in front. Nathan Morgan tries to get around one. Someone jumps off him, bumps off him. Kyle Clifford. Nathan Morgan can completely hold on, and it looks like there's going to be a stoppage in play. The battery, once again, has gone, and it looks like we might have a man down for a couple seconds. It looks like Clifford might be a little shaken up. He can't get up easily. Oswego State's athletic trainer heading out there as well. C.J. Walsh getting over to the athletic trainer now to help out. We're going to keep the battery off just to save any potential timing. Kyle Clifford up on his feet now. Athletic trainer's going to head back to the Oswego side. Kyle Clifford's going to head to his bench. 8:44 remaining in the period. Couldn't exactly see what happened to Clifford, but he looks like he's all right. This might be a little, might have just lost his breath. Not had the breath knocked out of him there. Guillaume Herbert at center alongside Noah Koenig. Guillaume Herbert wins it. Niagara, however, in their zone with Walsh. Gives it up to Dawson. Dawson just into the neutral zone. That one's going to be an icing, however, as no Niagara player touched it. Guillaume Herbert didn't win the race. David Hazelett touches up. 8:33 remaining now in the period. Oswego State leads 2-0. I missed who the secondary assist was on that McNamara goal, as you might have heard, but Jay Chapin was the primary assist there. Nathan Morgan battles after it along with Logan Field. Morgan can hold on. Now it's going to go into Guillaume Herbert's stick. Herbert battling a little bit for it. Niagara will take it away into the neutral zone. His 37 counterpart, Justin Crawford, will dump it in. Martin Simonek just wraps it around. Guillaume Herbert just out of reach. Logan Field holds on. He gives it to his defensive partner, David Hazelett. Now a big dump in. Parapesco will just hold on. 8:06 remaining in the period. And the battery once again has gone. We're not exactly sure. One of the batteries was completely charged when we walked in today, so we're not 100% sure why this is happening, but we'll do our best. Parapesco makes a blocker save right off the face-off. Not exactly sure who shot that from Niagara. Now it's a Bobby Vasta. Vasta looking for maybe a hip check. Instead gets the puck at the far boards. Loses it off for Chris Carey. Chris Carey now shoved against the boards. Bill Scrivener from the far boards near the Caruso tax and accounting board. Niagara's getting a little possession. Now it's with Marcellus. Marcellus gives off for Carey. Carey onto the stick of O'Neal. O'Neal just dumps it in. No icing. He's going to try to battle his man for it. He'll hold on. Tries to get over to Carey. Carey gets it eventually. Now to Markey. Markey looking for a shot, just a low shot, blocked right up in front. Niagara skating up. Now's the Markey get the blue line. Niagara bit the billet. Now with Chris Carey. Chris Carey looking for something. O'Neill tried to give it back. But now it's in the far corner. No dice. Niagara now only has one player, Andrew Parrish. He's got one to beat. He's getting around the vest. He gets around. Parapesco makes the stick poke check. They'll go right on the stick of O'Neill now after Parrish tried to get a pass up in the center. No icing. Marcelo won't race after it. He's been out there for a little bit now, but now he's with his line of Markey, Carey, and Marcelic. Oswego State up 2-0 with 7 minutes to go, 13 minutes into the period. And again, we do apologize for the battery issues we are having, like right now, as it once again goes out. Oscar Markey loses the face-off to Niagara. Now the blue line is going to be Daniel Smolko. Smolko gives it up into the end boards. Niagara hold on right in front. Oscar Markey cuts it off. O'Neill, who tries to get into the neutral zone, cannot. Back of the helmet, the blue line right up front, now blocked by Markey. Markey has Marcelic to his left. Markey skating on the outside, tries to maybe have a shot, get a pass. Can get nothing now with Nichols. Look for a rebound, but Carey was just a little too far ahead of it. Tip now a breakaway for Niagara with Robert McNamara. McNamara shot saved by Dan Parapesco with the blocker. The nasty waffle board. Blocked up in front. Markey holds on to it. Now a battle at the far corner. Niagara takes it instead with Ryan Peters. Shot up in front. Taken by Patrick Romano, but it's blocked up in front and near the slot as he'll hold on to it at his own end boards. Patrick Romano just clears it all the way down. No icing as Niagara wins the race. Ryan Peters will win that one. He's bumped off the puck, however, but Niagara will hold on with Robert McNamara. McNamara loses the puck, but regains it after a loose puck beat. Holds onto the blue line. He skates a little bit. It's into the neutral zone. Now McNamara. McNamara tried to race after it, but he's bumped off the puck by Kyle Clifford. Otherwise, McNamara could have had a breakaway. Clifford gives over a pass to Robert McNamara. The battery, once again, gone. Now with Dan Parapesco. Parapesco now with Martin Simonek behind the net. He's pressured. He'll try to leave it off for someone. He gives it over to, looks like Kyle McNamara, but he tries to give it over to Mike Lemieux, who couldn't hold on to it. And it is just offsides. Handycam is on the camera. 5:20 now remaining in the period. Oswego State leading 2-0. Niagara, however, leading the shot totals 9-7. Brett Dawson and Kyle McNamara, your two goal scorers for Oswego State. Brett Dawson's first of the season. Kyle McNamara's 17th of the season for his 35th point of the season, which leads the team. CJ Walsh tries to hold on. He can hold on to it with that long stick of his. Niagara will, however, dump it back in. Martin Simonek wins the race to the puck. Simonek up to Cardi. Cardi just can't get onto it. It's going to be an icing. Cardi skating after it fast, but Niagara just wins it. And a little bit of a late hit back and forth between Kyle Clifford and Cardi. Cardi and Clifford with some words afterward. Clifford's laughing. Andrew Cardi maybe a little more heated. Andrew Cardi just missed the icing race. Battery once again gone. We're going to try to, as I said, make sure that the battery is charged or keeps charging during the second intermission. We don't know exactly what happened. We might have to buy some more before the playoffs, which we will hopefully be going to. And an in! Cross ice pass, right past Parapesco. Andrew Parrish pulls Niagara back within one with 4:50 remaining in the period. And we will have the assist there later during the intermission. Andrew Parrish pulls his team back within one. And that's his 13th of the season for his 18th point. Guillaume Bear at center ice, 4:50 remaining in the period. Brett Dawson. Dawson just dumps it in. Behind the net now, Logan Field. Field goes it up to Justin Crawford. Nathan Morgan battling for it. Now it's back with Field. Field behind his own net. Dawson pressuring. Nathan Morgan right behind him. David Hazlitt. We're going to let the battery charge for a little bit as I'll try to do a little bit of a radio broadcast. Bobby Vasta now with it at the near quarters. Nathan Morgan with it in the near corner. Bobby Vasta battling for it now with Andrew Parrish again. Parrish. Shot. Glove down into the chest by Dan Parapesco with 4:15 remaining in the period. So we're just going to give it a little bit of a rest. I'll do a radio broadcast for you. I know they use this for film, so we do apologize to the team early on. We're going to let the battery rest for a little bit, try to get a little more battery so we don't have to keep going back and forth. We don't know exactly what happened. Both batteries were charged before we walked into the game. Now with Brett Dawson. Dawson gets around one. He had the goal earlier, and he just dumps it in at the red line. Behind the goal now, Nathan Morgan pressuring Patrick Romano. And that's going to go over to Daniel Smolka, and it looks like we're going to have another stoppage in play. And it looks like, not exactly sure what the call is. Brett Dawson and Ryan Peters will be both be going to the box. It's going to be 4-on-4 hockey. We'll have to hear what the call is from Bo Drake. Didn't exactly see what happened there. Both players will be heading into the penalty box. 4-on-4 hockey, Oscar Markey at center ice along with Theo Cup. Markey loses the faceoff. Niagara will hold on, and now at the near boards, Christopher Gazowicz. Skating in fast with speed, Robert McNamara. McNamara shot, just hits a blocker of Parapesco, and he keeps us a one-goal game. Now with Patrick Romano. Patrick Romano takes a shot, but that goes high and wide. Hits the end boards. Chris Wan's battling for the puck along with Daniel Smolka. Cup, he'll take it, and he'll race up the ice with some speed as well. He's got Carey, and he's also got, it looks like Wands. Wands back to Carey. Carey, shot, just hits the blocker of Nichols, and right up front now, and there's a couple batting attempts, but Nichols knocks them both away. Wands recovers it. Markey gets it back up to Wands, who misses it, but Cup takes it. Right up in front, no one there for the knock it home. Chris Carey will just bat it away, try to keep it in the new offensive zone, but it heads into the neutral zone now with Frank Vecchio. Vecchio leaves it off for Patrick Romano. Marano shot, goes way wide, doesn't even touch him. And Theo Cup misses the puck, but it'll go all the way back down as Theo Cup, it'll just change lines. Vecchio leaves it up, it'll not hit the netting. He goes a long pass to Justin Crawford. That'll go into netting now with C.J. Walsh at the far board. C.J. Walsh up to Mike Lemieux. Mike Lemieux just can't get a stick on it, and that's going to be taken by Logan Field. Mike Lemieux shot, and it just goes wide after he recovered it. And now, I couldn't hear exactly what that call was from Bo Drake with Kyle McNamara now. Shot, hits the pads, and he'll hold on to it now off the rebound. Couldn't get it down now with Lemieux. Lemieux tries to get back to Walsh. Walsh has it in the slot. He takes a shot, but that's blocked up in front by Hazelet. Walsh just dumps it in. 18 seconds remaining on the penalty, 2:15 remaining in the period. At the end board, not C.J. Walsh, that's our number 6. Gibson Stewart will have it, and he leaves it off for David Fish. Now C.J. Walsh takes it, but he'll miss the puck. Both players exit the box. Brett Dawson's going to skate after it. He gets around one, and he's got Nick Matro. Dawson tries to get over to Matro, tries to get this Walsh. Knees! Shot! Net goes off its moorings. Walsh got knocked down. It looked like tried to get a shot, but Knees tried to recover it. So it remains 2-1 with 1:50 remaining. Walsh or Knees just couldn't get a clean shot off. Another close chance there with Brett Dawson, the main force. Off that pass, and it looks like Nick Matro is going to go off. I'm not exactly sure what that call was. I was going to listen to that one. I don't think I've ever seen a referee make that signal. Might be unsportsmanlike conduct. Not 100% positive, though. Referee once again talking to the scorer's table. They're going to be in the neutral zone, so Oswego State will be on their first penalty kill of the game. Chase Knees at center. No, it's 5 on. There's no penalty. It looks like it might be a longer. It's a misconduct penalty, so most likely a 5-minute or 10-minute. Now with Cardi. Cardi now tries to get a shot off, but can't. He'll leave it back and just kind of keeps skating around. Bobby Vasta just dumps it in. So it will be 5 on 5. No penalty kill as I originally thought, but an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Now with Carey. Carey looking for a pass. Tries to get around one. He does. He's looking for a pass now. Gives it up to O'Neal. O'Neal just gets a shot in, but it's tipped down into the near corner. Niagara will hold on, look for a long pass, but it'll go into the offensive zone. And holding on to it now is Tyler Stockwell. Stockwell is off, but Cardi takes it. And now they have a chance. Now cheating Knees. It's a 1-on-2. Knees with Carey and Cardi. Knees tries to give it to Cardi, but it's taken away by Anthony Thurslow, who just dumps it back for Gibson Stewart. Stewart gives it up to Stockwell, and Stockwell over to McNamara. McNamara just dumps it into his red line. It's going to go to the end boards now with Bobby Vasta. Bobby Vasta looking for a pass. He's got Theo Cup, but he's also got Kyle McNamara, who he elects to pass to at that far boards. McNamara skating behind his own net at the end boards and gives it up to Theo Cup. Theo Cup loses the puck now. A shot from a weird angle from Daniel Smolka, but Pez easily blocks that with the blocker. Vasta. Vasta gives it over to Cup. Cup looking for a pass. It's tipped by Lemieux. No icing there. Close enough to the red line for the referee's liking, and Daniel Smolk will now have it at the end boards. Lemieux knocks him off the puck. He tries to battle for it, and now it's taken away by McNamara and also Lemieux, but knocked away. Chapin battles for it. Chapin looking for it. McNamara just wraps it back around. No one is there, however. Chapin going at it alongside Patrick Romano, and we'll have to see who's going off for that one. A little bit of a penalty field with 5.8 seconds remaining. Both of them are going at it. Both of them are going to head to the box now with 5.8 seconds remaining. Let's see what those calls are. It looks like it might be 4-on-4 once again. Definitely a lot of penalties in the last couple of minutes. Kind of some aggression ones or some unsportsmanlike ones, but both players will receive 2-minute minors, 4-on-4 hockey. It'll be in the Niagara defensive zone. So it looks like actually Niagara might have a little longer of a penalty. Jay Chapin's going to be the lone guy in the box, but it looks like for Patrick Romano will have a penalty, but also in the box is going to be Mike Englert. So it's going to be, I'm not exactly sure what's going on. Students once again running the scorers table, so we're going to have to get the penalties here and see what happens. It's going to be 5-on-4. Chapin, so I see Chapin's and the first penalty, as the period it does expire at 5.8 seconds remaining. Chapin's penalty along with Patrick Romano's penalty did cancel each other out, and Romano must have got an extra penalty, and Mike Englert was sitting that one. So Oswego State will have 155 of a power play heading into the second period. Camera will hopefully be better as we head into the second period, but at the end of 20 minutes, Oswego State 2, Niagara 1. Shots on goal 12-9 for Niagara's advantage. And you're listening on Oswego State ACHA Hockey on YouTube Live. We'll be back shortly for the second period. All right, folks, we're back for the second period. Dan Parapesco heading to his net. The Lakers heading out to the ice for the second period of play. Oswego State does lead 2-1. And you're listening on YouTube Live. I'm Ben Greco alongside Jerry Pritchard on the camera. We have 2 bars on the camera right now. We're going to hope it lasts longer than the other one did. And we're going to see what happens, and we'll switch the battery as necessary. Hopefully it'll last a little longer, and we'll be sure to keep going. So a goal scoring update out of all 3. So we didn't have a statistician down there for the first period. The Scratches completely forgot about it. So the first goal was Brett Dawson, and Bo Drake does believe the assists were Nate Morgan and Chris Wands. Kyle McNamara scored the second one, and I do know for a fact that the primary assist was Jay Chapin, but we're not 100% sure who the secondary was, and and the lone Niagara goal, no assist known, is Andrew Parrish. So now some updates on the penalties. So the original penalties that featured Brett Dawson, both players got a 2-minute minor for hooking at the same time, so they both were sent to the box. Nick Matro was given a 10-minute major misconduct penalty, and also Jay Chapin, along with Patrick Romano, I believe it was Romano, both got a 2-minute minor for roughing. Yes, it was Romano. And Romano got an extra 2-minute minor for a misconduct. So Oswego State will have a 155 just about on the power play. So it will be 5-on-4 in the Lakers' favor. So that was a lot happening the last couple minutes, a little confusing at times, but thanks to Bo Drake, we were able to get it. John Nichols and Dan Parapesco both still in their own nets as Oswego wins it, but no one there to recover at the far corner. Oscar Markey now on the near boards, gives it up to Chris Carey. Carey looking for a pass. He just tries to cross it and does get it to Markey. Markey gets around 1, almost gets around 1, I should say, as Niagara nubs it back into their own zone. All the way down, no icing is called. Niagara touched it a little later. Vecchio might have grabbed it. And now it's with Theo Cup, who gives it over to Markey once again at the near corner. Markey up to Carey, just out of reach, however, but Carey cannot hold on. Dumping it back in is Niagara. Andrew Parrish jumps it in. Dan Parapesco has it on his stick. Theo Cup gives out to Martin Simonek. Simonek gives over to Carey. Carey almost to Lemieux, but Carey will hold on instead. Now he gives over to Lemieux after he's pressured by a couple Niagara defensemen. And Chris Carey wraps it around to Simonek. Simonek back to Theo Cup. Cup at the point, maybe gives it up to now Simonek, looking for a shot. He's bumped off the puck, but will hold on. Mike Lemieux skates after it. He'll hold on to the far corner. Lemieux, Cup at the point, gives it back to Lemieux. He overskates it, now over to Carey at the far boards. Now they're just pressuring. Simonek leaves it off from Markey after he's bumped off the puck. Markey tripped up a little bit, no call. As he's bumped off the puck at the end boards, Mike Lemieux fighting for it. 30 seconds now remaining on the power play. Just a lot of cycling for the Oswego State Lakers. Theo Cup gives it up, and he gives it up to Markey. Markey back to Cup. Cup all long pass over to Walsh. Walsh looking for a shot. Gives it over to Markey. Tries to. He holds on. Now gets a slot. Can't get a shot off. Couldn't pull the trigger. Niagara dumps it all the way down now with 15 seconds remaining on the power play. Theo Cup with it in his own zone. Niagara getting ready to exit. Now it's C.J. Walsh. And they do even strength now. C.J. Walsh skates in as the penalty just expires. He's looking for a shot, but no one there on the cross ice. McNamara just tips it back in after he was up at the end boards. Off his own post, trying to dump it, was Logan Field. I don't think I've ever seen that happen. And it stayed in. C.J. Walsh just dumps it back in after it just crossed the neutral zone line. And Niagara will hold on to it now with Cardi. Cardi tries to go over to McNamara. McNamara didn't realize. Now it's with Walsh. Walsh. McNamara. Shot. Glove down. That wasn't Walsh. I'm sorry. That was knees. So Chapin exits the box as well. And so does Patrick Romano. So their penalties are also over, but Nick Matro remains in the box. I don't remember what time his penalty was, but he remains in the box for that 10-minute misconduct. So it is 5-on-5 though. 2-on-1 now for Niagara. Niagara, O'Neal chasing after. He blocks the long pass. He blocks the second long pass. Both passes trying to come off the sticks of Holmes Lynn. So, Holmes Lynn, I'm sorry. It was Ryan Peters. Ryan Peters with a shot off the post. Parapesco will just glove it down and hold on. 17 remaining in the period. Oswego State leads 2-1 following the Dawson and McNamara goals. And Andrew Parrish scored for Niagara later in the first. Both lines will change. Guillaume Herbert at center along with Christopher Gazowicz. Herbert loses to Gazowicz now in the slot. Now for Niagara. Now over far. Shot. Blocked it away. The shot came from Daniel Smolka. Parapesco does hold on to it. Maybe a little bit of a late slash. And now Oswego State will have to face off in no defensive zone. 17-11 now, remaining in the period. Nate Morgan at center along with Pavel Kovtunov. See, not Kovtunov, Gazowicz again. The one was hidden. As the music is still going. Sean O'Neill at the far corner. That's along now at the end boards. Chris Wands tries to stop it. Brett Dawson now with the block shot. And it hits the blocker or pad of Dan Parapesco at the point now with Niagara. Niagara just cycling around, gives it over to Patrick Marano. Romano shot, and it just goes wide, and it looks like Parapesco was screened. Nate Morgan now tries to clear it. Now with Dawson skating after it, but Niagara notices a little faster than him. Theo Cup battling for it, poking away is Parapesco's shot, and it's blocked by Cup, and it's blocked again! Just goes wide. What a chance for Niagara they had, but couldn't convert anything. Great job by Theo Cup to sacrifice the body. Now Dawson and Wands. Wands couldn't get the cross-ice pass as it was blocked up in front by Romano. Dawson couldn't get the pass off. Wands trying to direct traffic a little bit. Guillaume Herbert keeps it in his zone, and he'll just dump it in a little bit, and now at the end boards of Romano. Romano holding on to it now with Herbert again. Herbert looking for a shot, can't get a stick on it. Niagara will take it away. Christopher Gazowicz just dumps it in. Shot in the slot gets around one. Tries to get a shot off, at least as Robert McNamara cleared all the way down. It is going to be an icing on Oswego State. It looks like Wands might have cleared all the way down. Once again, though, a great stop and save by Theo Cup to sacrifice the body as Parapesco a little out of position. A couple shots for Oswego State, or for Niagara University. Nothing doing, though. And it looks like Oswego State's going to get pulled from the faceoff circle. Brett Dawson will replace Herbert. Dawson wins the faceoff and goes to Simonek. Simonek just wraps it around the boards over to Morgan, and Morgan gives up to Dawson again. He's got two men to beat. He can't get around one as he's bumped off the puck by Kyle Clifford. Dawson pressuring in the offensive zone, and he long pass to David Fish, but it's taken away by Marcelic. Into the offensive zone of Niagara. And Martin Simonek will hold on to it and protect the puck a little bit. Leaves it up for Marcelic again. Marcelic tries to give a low-look pass to Markey, but that's cut off by Anthony Thurstow. Carry up to Simonek. Simonek looking for a shot. Goes high, hits the shoulder of John Nichols, and once again be slapped in by Marcelic. Now Carey keeps it in. Carey leaves it off for Markey. Carey now with it, looking for a pass, gives it back to Markey. Markey at the far corner. Carey doesn't notice it with his 9 counterpart, David Fish, right next to him. The shot goes wide, maybe looking for a tip in, but no one there from Oswego State. Neutral zone now with Tyler Stockwell. Stockwell, the backhand, just patted away and held onto by Parapesco as he was pressured. Simonek there to protect his goaltender. 14:47 remaining in the period. Niagara playing a little more offense now than in the first period, but Oswego State still does have that advantage after some great defensive efforts by Theo Cup. Jay Chapin will be at center, along with Noah Koenig. Chapin wins that one, and Bobby Vassell will try to clear it. Now it's with Kyle McNamara with some speed. Kyle McNamara has one to beat. He takes a wide shot and hits the chest of Nichols, but he doesn't hold on to it. Mike Lemieux will skate after the rebound. Chapin jumps it back in. It would be with McNamara. He can't win the race to Logan Field. Logan Field just wraps it up. Now it's Bobby Vassell clearing it in. Does not go out. Looks like it almost went over the glass. And now Kyle McNamara with it, holds on. Mike Lemieux right in front, tries to get up to Chapin, just can't, and Bobby Vassett just keeps it in. Now a shot, and almost in, and kicked. No, and Chapin with a shot in the slot. O'Neill had a shot, it was kicked around up in front before the Chapin shot, which was also blocked, but nothing doing for Oswego State trying to push this lead to 2. Logan Field at the near corner, Manning now with it, just gets it up in front, right in front still. Can't clear it. Oswego State kicks it out. It's into the neutral zone after Kyle McNamara swept it away. Parapezgo looks like he might have gotten a stick on it. Kyle McNamara blocks that dumping attempt. And now Michael Mew, and now it's offside. Kyle McNamara with it. He gets through 3 guys. He has a breakaway. Kyle McNamara gets around the backhand. It's in! Kyle McNamara gets through 3 defensemen. With 13:38 left, he gets the backhand past John Nichols. Oswego State pushes it 3-1. 13:38 remaining in the period. He got through 3 defensemen there, and that's his second of the game. I believe that one's going to be unassisted. I don't think a former Laker previously touched that one. So he now has 36 points, assuming he didn't get an assist on, or he didn't get an assist on his own goal, I should say, or the Dawson goal. So that's his 36th point, his 18th goal of the season. He's got 18 goals, 18 assists now. A very well-rounded player. Now with Dawson heading into offensive zone, maybe he's trying to match McNamara. Dawson on the near boards, he just wraps it around. They're not going to stick a Cardi. Cardi trying to back it back to Dawson, but they'll battle for it. Knees now with it, breaks away. Knees looking for a pass. He's bumped into the boards by Frank Vecchio. Vecchio holds onto it. He's going to freeze it a little bit. And now it's with Patrick Romano. Romano right up in front, and Nichols will hold on after it's batted right toward him. 13-14 now remaining in the period. Oswego State leading 3-1 following 2 McNamara goals. Chase Knees at center, wins the faceoff over to Dawson. Now back to Cup and back up to Dawson, but Dawson can't get but a stick on it. Now wrapped around to Patrick Romano. Knees tries to cut it off. Brett Dawson knocked down his man. Now Cup of the line. Cup shot. It's deflected, and it just hits the blocker of Nichols. It was bouncing puck, but Nichols was lucky enough to see that one. It looks like he was screened 2 Wands with a shot. And that one goes high, blocked, and it's in front. I don't know where it is. Might be in someone. It looks like a Niagara player might be down. It might have hit him up high. I'm not sure. Can't see where the puck is. It might be, and he's slow to get up. The trainer might be coming out in the next couple seconds. It might have hit his chest. The puck might be in his jersey. I can't exactly tell. He's grabbing his neck a little bit, trying to maybe get some breath in. He went down kind of hard and didn't really get up. Trainer's not going to come out. The linesman talking to the trainer what happened there. He'll skate to the bench. He looks like he's okay. And still don't know where the puck ended up, but the linesman has it, and we'll have a face-off. Niagara looks like they're yelling at each other a little bit, trying to get something going. Marcelo tries to get a shot, but that's deflected wide. Chris Carey up front couldn't get a shot off. Shot coming from Ethan Wiesberger, but he can't get anything going. Now skating after it is Chris Carey. Carey behind his own net, leaves it off for CJ Walsh. He has to skate after a little bit to avoid a turnover. Now Markey tripped up a little bit. Now with Carey. Carey a long pass over to Marcelo, but it's just cut off by Kyle Clifford. Wiesberger looking for a pass now, but that one's taken by Niagara. And now Carey. Carey just dumps it in, no offside. Trying to get to maybe Marcelo. Marcelo had his stick lifted. Now Markey at it, and that's going to go. And that goal was unassisted, by the way. Now it's in the offensive zone with Niagara. Wiesberger tries to get it. Now it's a 2-on-0. CJ Walsh right there trying to block his defenseman. And he does. Parapezco gloves it down, and he can't hold on, however. Still in the offensive zone. Christopher Gazowicz leaves it off for Kyle Clifford. Right up in front. Shot blocked away by Parapezco. Can't get a stick on it. That shot came from Robert McNamara. McNamara maybe trying to block his McNamara counterpart. Maybe trying to show him off a little bit, but CJ Walsh with it now at the far boards. Walsh all the way down in neutral zone, holding on to it is Clifford. Clifford in his own defensive zone, pressured by Marcelic. Holding on to his carry after a failed clear. And into the neutral offensive zone goes Niagara. McNamara. Robert McNamara shot, cross, and it's no goal. Parapezco makes a beautiful save after a cross ice to Anthony Thurstow. What a save by Pez with the extended leg. And Oswego State keeps this one 3-1. At the end boards, Jay Chapin can't get a puck on it. It's at the near corner now with Chris Carey. Carey just misses the puck. And Ethan Wiesberg will pressure his man. Chapin takes it away, looking for a pass. He'll hold on to the end boards as Niagara does take it away. Battle up in front. Niagara still holding on to it. CJ Walsh going at it with his man, Tyler Stockwell. C.J. Walsh wins that one, though. Jay Chapin looking for a long pass. And it goes all the way down. No icing. Marcel skating after it. And it's going to be just an icing. A little bit too close. The referees weren't a fan of that one. There's going to be a penalty, too. Might be a hooking call on C.J. Walsh. C.J. Walsh now with a hooking call after him and Stockwell going at it a little bit. And so Oswego State now will have their first penalty kill. As Dan Parapesco puts his mask back on, Oswego State will have to get a defensive zone face win-off. Wait, wording there. Defensive zone face-off win. There we go. English is very fun. As Guillaume Bears at center along with Christopher Gazowicz. Bear wins the face-off. He gives off to Vasta, who just tries to tip it, but it goes up to the line with Hazlitt. Robert McNamara looking for a shot back to Hazlitt. Hazlitt over to Field. Field shot. Glove down. No rebound opportunity, but couldn't hold on to it. O'Neal knocks down his man. Now back to Gazowicz. Gazowicz over to Field. Field, another shot. That one goes wide. Parapesco didn't have to touch that one. Now at Vasta. Vasta maybe trying to clear. He holds on to it. Frees it at the end boards instead. And Niagara will hold on with Robert McNamara. McNamara back to Field at the point. Field, another shot. Let it stop. And it's the post! Rebound! Parapesco! Didn't see it. Hits the post. He lays down. It goes into it behind his back. Parapesco keeping his team in this one. 10:04 remaining in the period. The post. The goaltender's best friend, but also his worst enemy. And this time, it was his best friend. 1:25 remaining on the penalty. Oswego State leads 3-1. Niagara wins the faceoff. Vecchio will have it, and it looks like there's going to be a penalty on Niagara now. An interference call on Anthony Thurstow after he knocked down Chase Knees. So just like that, we are going back to 4-on-4. Oswego State kills that one. So Oswego State will have around 38 seconds of a power play. Actually, I should say around exactly 38 seconds of a power play after 4-on-4 hockey concludes. So Thurstow and C.J. Walsh both in the box for their respective teams. And it's 4-on-4 hockey. Oswego State loses the draw but picks it up. Is Nick Matro. Matro out of the box, by the way, after that misconduct. Now back at the point with Cup. Cup over to Wands. Wands gives it over to Matro. Matro looks for something to the line. Instead gives it to Cup. Cup backhands it. Maybe gives it to Wands, except Chase Knees is going to skate after it. Vecchio going at it. Vecchio has it at the far corner and gives it over to Smolka. Smolka back to Vecchio. Vecchio's pass is cut off by Knees. Now with Wands. Wands just dumps it in. Chase Knees is going to use the speed to get after it, but Smolka will win that race. And now it's going to be with Crawford. Crawford and Matro skating after it. Chase Knees using his speed to get at the near boards. Crawford just holding on to it. He gets around Knees and gives up a pass over to Andrew Parrish. Parrish looking to get around one. He can't get around Cup as he's knocked down. Theo Cup leaves a backhand, but taken away by Daniel Smolka. Knees and Matro going at him. Wraparound attempt to Smolka, patted away. Crawford now gives it over to Vecchio. Vecchio a shot, and that's tipped away by Cup. The four counterparts both touching it there. Cleared all the way down, and that is going to be an icing. 12 seconds remaining on the 4-on-4, with C.J. Walsh coming out of the box soon. It's going to be an icing. Nick Matro skating now back. So it's going to be Matro, Knees, Wands, and Cup for Oswego State, along with Ryan Peters, Christopher Gazowicz on the ice. They're still trying to figure out which defenders are going to go out. And the defenders are going to be Kyle Clifford and Gibson Stewart. Clifford leaves it up, cuts it off, tries to leave it for Knees. Knees can't hold on to it after gloving it. And now a Parapesco who just sticks it away. Wands tries to get it up to Matro. Matro doesn't know where it is. It went up stick. Walsh and now Oswego State on the power play. The Walsh entered the zone. And the puck goes into the Niagara bench. 5-on-4 hockey for Oswego State for the next 33 seconds. 8:34 remaining in the period. Oswego State does lead 3-1, but Niagara does have the 17-12 shot advantage after 12 minutes of play in the middle period and 32 minutes of play in the game. Markey at center ice. Theo Cup now with it. After Markey won the draw. Cup at the end boards now gives it to Simonek. Simonek tries to get a carry just a little ahead of him. Now he's knocked down hard by Gibson Stewart. Carey looks to be all right. Markey with Cup. Cup at the end boards. He's going to use some speed himself. Cup. He leaves it off for himself, actually, after a loose puck deep. Tries to get the Markey, but it goes off of Markey's skates. Couldn't get a stick on it. Markey leaves it off for Simonek. Simonek takes a shot. It goes into the pads of Nichols. Carey tried to get the rebound, but no goal. No shot, I should say. Niagara returns to full strength. Chris Carey now in the offensive zone. Players falling everywhere. But Markey, now with Cup, will hold on and brings it into his offensive zone. Back into the neutral zone. Martin Simonek with 7:40 remaining in the period. In his defensive zone, gives off for Lemieux. Now lives off for Markey. Markey gets around one. After a little bit of a dangle, he takes a shot and goes into the shoulder of Nichols, but that's batted away by a Niagara defenseman. Chris Carey looking to battle for it, and it's going to be no icing. O'Neill's a little bit too close to it. And Niagara's going to hold on to it now. Markey skating after it, but it's going to be taken away by Niagara. Mike Lemieux shoves his man, Anthony Thurso, to the boards. Cleared all the way down by Simonek. And it's going to be an icing as it just misses Nichols. All 5 players must remain. Parkey tried to go into the zone, into his own box. Referee immediately says, "No, get back out here." Maybe getting some last-minute advice from Timmons as he'll take the face-off for the Lakers with 7:07 now remaining in the period. Markey at center ice along with Patrick Romano. Excuse me, not Patrick Romano, David Fish. I thought there was a 1 on his jersey. There's not. It's David Fish and Oscar Markey. Markey gets pulled out, and now it's Mike Lemieux. Lemieux wins the faceoff. Markey now with it, skating into the neutral zone with some speed. He's got Dawson to his left. Markey just takes a long shot, hits the blocker of Nichols, but Dawson will hold on to it. Now Lemieux. Lemieux leaves off for O'Neill. O'Neill can't hold on. Now it's in the neutral zone. Taking it is Anthony Thurso just offside. Anthony Thurso and Tyler Stockwell going in. And just calling it off with Bobby Vassa on defense was the linesman for an offside call with 6:50 now remaining in the period. Oswego State might have gotten away with one there. Guillaume Herbert at center ice along with Frank Vecchio. And now with Bobby Vassa after Herbert won that one. O'Neill up to Morgan. Morgan no icing though after he tipped it, or Niagara might have tipped it. And now it's at the end boards. End boards now with Dawson. Dawson and Morgan fight for Vecchio along with Field, but Vecchio comes away with it. Vecchio gets around one using some speed and he just dumps it in himself at the red line. And Bobby Vasta wraps it around to Dawson. Dawson bank pass up to Herbert. Herbert just dumps it in. No icing as it tipped to Niagara's stick. And Niagara will hold on at the defensive zone with Logan Field. Field leaves it off, but O'Neill cuts it off. Now a wide shot, maybe looking for some rebound. He'll just dump it in. Bobby Vassa now no icing. Sean O'Neill racing after it along with Crawford. And Crawford will have it at the end near boards. Crawford almost cuts that one off. Nate Morgan tries to get a stick on it. Now in the neutral zone with Brett Dawson. Dawson along the near boards looking for maybe his second. Dawson, power forward, shoots right into the chest. Nate Morgan now with a rebound, shooting, stabbing at it, and Nichols just holds on. And it looks like a little bit of a post-scrum. Vecchio, Herbert, and Dawson going at it a little bit. Herbert shoves Vecchio. Vecchio holds on to Dawson. Dawson goes into the boards. No penalties look like we'll follow that one. With 5:44 remaining, Dawson with a little bit of a chance there along with Nate Morgan. Nate Morgan just couldn't pull the trigger. Oswego State now with it, or Chase Nees now at the offensive zone. Face off, he loses the puck in the face off. Carty with it, however, he recovers it. Gazowicz will take it and pass a long pass. Now a breakaway opportunity for McNamara. McNamara's shot, and it's blocked by the leg of Parapasco, and he holds on. Dan Parapasco once again, the dirty Pez, stops it with the leg. After another Robert McNamara breakaway, actually. Pez getting a hug from his assistant captain, Theo Cup, after that one. Deservedly so. Chase Nees at center ice. Loses it. Wide shot right off the faceoff. Now a rebound attempt goes wide as well. Shots came from Gazowicz and Smolka. Now another breakaway for McNamara, but Walsh was there to meet him this time, and Simonek grabs it after Walsh poked it away. Holding on to now is Gazowicz in his defensive zone. Walsh cuts that one off. Players are offside, so he just takes a slap shot in the neutral zone. Hard slap shot, that is, goes off the pads of Nichols and holding on to it now. Backhand shot from Cardi, but Nichols pads that one away. Matro fighting for it. Now on McNamara once again. McNamara skating with some speed. He's got two guys to beat, but he's got Peters with him. Peters leaves it off, and it's at the far corner. Peters leaves it up for Gazwick. Gazwick's shot goes wide. I think Pez might have gotten a stick on that. Walsh bats it away after it was up in the air using that 6'6" stature. Peters at the near corner, battling with some offensive or defensemen from Oswego State, and Martin Simonek with it, but he leaves it off and taken away by McNamara. McNamara with it, skating around two guys, takes a shot, but it's poked away, and Andrew Cardi now almost skates away with it, but McNamara holds on. Gazowick's now with it, battling for C.J. Walsh. C.J. Walsh is knocked down, and now back with Peters. Peters looking for a pass, gets a weird angle pass, tries to get a cross-ice pass, that is, to Smolka. Smolka couldn't get a stick on it because it's a bouncing puck. Matro knocked down, and now back to the blue line. Shot just goes wide, sticked away, however, by Parapesco. Patrick Romano had the shot, and back into the neutral zone, and now the defensive zone for Romano for Niagara. Oswego State getting off the ice very fast. Icing now. Martin Simnek wins the race. 3:40 remaining in the period. 3-1. Oswego State leads over Niagara. They're pulling the shot total in a little bit. Oswego State now only trails by one shot, 18-17. Coach Timmons having a chat with C.J. Walsh about his play out there. Jay Chapin at center ice for Oswego State was battling David Fish, but Fish won that one and hits it back to Kyle Clifford. Now taken away by McNamara. McNamara looking for a shot up to Chapin, but Chapin couldn't get anything on it. Now McNamara who holds it. McNamara, from the line, but that just goes wide. Clifford leaves it off for Romano. Romano up to Stockwell, and Stockwell now gives it over to Thurstow. Thurstow with some speed himself, gives it off, but cuts it off as Mike Lemieux. He was trying to pass it over to Kyle McNamara hit hard. And now back with Niagara defense. Kyle Clifford behind his own net. Mike Lemieux pressuring. Chapin as well, the secondary pressurer. Mike Lemieux almost cuts that one off, but Clifford was able to hold on, who gives a pass up to Tyler Stockwell. Shot. And it goes high, deflected. Now Kyle McNamara on his stick. He'll try to get into the neutral zone, but can't. Now it's held in. Now Stockwell. Stockwell shot. And it just goes wide. Mike Lemieux gets around one, gives it out to McNamara. McNamara, however, can't get a stick on it. And that would be just tipped away by Chapin. Now with O'Neal. O'Neal just jabs it away into the offensive end boards for Oswego State, but he can't hold on as Gibson Stewart grabs it. Joe Marcelic misses the puck. Oscar Markey just dumps it in as it was offside. Markey now pressuring. Up to Chris Carey. Carey looking for a wraparound pass. Can't get anything. Just a cross-ice pass up Marcelic, but that one's easily batted away by Andrew Parrish. Now with Crawford. Crawford beats the ice, and he's bumped on the boards by Chris Carey. Now a wraparound, sticked away by Parapesco. Now he gloves it down, and it's into the chest. That wraparound came from Parrish with a shot. The second shot came from David Hazlitt. Parapesco stops all. Oswego State leading 3-1 with 1:54 remaining in the period. Now Oscar Markey wins the faceoff. He hits it back to Theo Cup. Theo Cup at the end boards with Chris Carey. And it goes all the way into the defensive zone for Niagara. Long pass cut off now by Wands. That goes back to the defensive zone after just a tip. And Logan Field will try to get a long pass up to Vecchio, who just tips it in. Now it's with Cup. Cup over to Wands. Wands gives it up to Crawford. He leaves it off from Markey. Markey up to Wands. Wands can't hold on to it, so he'll skate after it fast. But Niagara brings it back down to Markey. Marcelic onto the end boards. With 1:15 remaining, Niagara will hold on. Now with Hazlitt. Hazlitt leaves it off. He'll have a long ice pass in the neutral zone to Parrish. Parrish tries to get a Walsh. He does. Backhand. Tries to get the wraparound. Nothing in front. Parapesco maybe got a stick on it. He doesn't have a stick, so C.J. Walsh gives him his. Passing now for Niagara. Almost a cross-ice pass to Crawford, but Oswego State stops that one. Parapesco using the big stick of C.J. Walsh. Crawford now goes onto the stick of Parapesco, so Parapesco's still doing some work at the end boards without his goaltender, and now with Hazlitt. Hazlitt, a shot patted away by Parapesco. Now there's another shot, rebound. That's blocked up in front now to Carey. Carey's only got one man to beat. He's got a couple men. He's got one man behind him. And now CJ Walsh gets his stick to his goaltender. Walsh with his own stick again. 23 seconds remaining now. Hazlitt gives it all the way up to Ryan Peters. Now that's taken off by Wiesberger. Wiesberger now tries to get up to Herbert, but with 15 seconds, Wiesberger will get it back into the neutral zone, in his own defensive zone. And now with Herbert, just goes offside. Is Herbert going to win it? 7 seconds now remaining, and it's going to be in the neutral zone. Niagara maybe try to get a last-second thing. Took 2 seconds, last-second shoulder save by Parapesco, and that'll do it for the second period. Oswego State adds 1, the unassisted Kyle McNamara goal, and Oswego State leads 3-1 after 40 minutes of play. We're going to take the battery out, make sure the batteries can keep charging, as Oswego State leads 3-1 after 40 minutes of play on YouTube Live. Players are exiting their dressing room with only about a minute 20 left before we hit the third period of action at the Marano Campus Center Ice Arena for Oswego State versus Niagara University. Lakers lead 3-1 after 40 minutes of play. Dan Parapesco will be the first one to head out onto the ice for his team. We'll put the battery in a couple minutes just so we try to keep that battery life as long as possible. And we do want to thank you all for tuning in, not just today, but all season long. It's been a great first season with you all. Jerry and I have had a great time here, and we can't thank the coaching staff and players enough for welcoming us onto the team this season and giving us the opportunity to broadcast every home game and even some road games like at Slippery Rock, Niagara. Tried to do it at Erie. Actually, we tried to do it at Slippery Rock, but we weren't able to do it there either. But I definitely, next year, the goal is to try to do some more road games. We'll see how that works out because there are some close games. Maybe not the Michigan road trip, maybe not that one, but maybe Rutgers, maybe Slippery Rock again if they go back. Maybe to Syracuse, maybe to Cornell. Definitely some chances for some road games, but the goal is definitely to try to get some more road games for you all. Oswego State with a last-minute huddle as Niagara exits their locker room. Their coach slowly walking across the ice to get to his bench with the wet ice. Players maybe helping him out. Now they're just laughing at him. Coach laughing along with him. 20 minutes on the clock for the regulation period. You know, in Oswego State, they've had a really an up and down season. They've had some big wins, they've had some big losses, but nonetheless, they have clinched the third seed in the NECHL playoffs this weekend at Buffalo, hosted by Canisius College, and hopefully, depending on weather and everything, we will be there. Or at least I will be there to broadcast. Jerry might have to work that weekend. But I will hopefully be there this weekend to broadcast to play some playoff hockey for the first time in maybe a couple years now. I don't know exactly how they've done. I know they did not make it last season, but hopefully we'll be there. So thank you again. I know that was kind of long, but we got to thank you again for joining us all season long, and we'll hopefully see you in the playoffs. Niagara wins the face-off first off to start the period for the final 20 minutes of regulation. Niagara defense has it, and he passes it up over to Tyler Stockwell. Stockwell looking for a long pass, but it's blocked away by Chapin. Chapin now to McNamara with an easy breakaway. Kyle McNamara, shot, just goes wide, and he gets a rebound, but it goes behind the net. McNamara was looking for the hat trick. He couldn't get it. Maybe try to pick the corner a little too much. Now it's Chris Wands who just dumps it in as it was offside. Players tag up, so that's onside. Jay Chapin now fighting for it. Nick Matro pressuring his man. He'll skate across the ice to get to the new Niagara man with the puck. Cleared all the way in, but Theo Cup will have it in the neutral zone. Cup, he's going to give it over. Tries to get over to Wands, but it'll go off a stick, and now with Lemieux. And Lemieux bumped off the puck, almost onto the stick of Matro, but Chapin recovers back to Cup. Cup cleared all the way down onto the stick of Patrick Romano. And so Niagara will hold on. Vecchio just clears it down. No icing called as it was tipped. So now C.J. Walsh will grab the puck. Now Mike Lemieux. Lemieux almost onto the stick and knees, but it just goes a little out of reach on now into the stick of Ryan Peters. Now Mike Lemieux. Lemieux dumps it in right into the glove of Kyle Clifford. He leaves it for himself. Knees there pressuring. All the way down, icing. Niagara did not touch it. Martin Simonek easily wins the race with no competition. Vecchio cannot get a stick on it. His stick was lifted. So with 8:32 remaining in the period, Niagara must stay on the ice. Oswego State will change lines, and they will have a face-off in the offensive zone. Chase Knees wins the face-off from Matro. Matro now right in front. Cardi blocked, patted away by John Nichols right up in front. Martin Simonek can't get a glove on, and now Crawford's going to hit the races. C.J. Walsh after him. Crawford, backhand, poked away by Dan Parapesco. Now with Martin Simonek. Simonek gives it over to Matro. Matro's skating up some speed. He just dumps it in right to the left of the goaltender. Now with Nick Matro. Matro, shot, tipped away by Kyle Clifford. Matro will hold on to it. He leaves it back for Knees. Knees at the far boards. Knees looking for a wraparound pass, and that will go onto the stick of Matro. Matro didn't really skate after it, so he's knocked down. Vecchio has it. Knees ran into the referee. Couldn't chase after the puck. And now Vasta's going at it to Gibson Stewart. Shot from Cardi, or pass from Cardi. Right in front, Vasta backhand. Just hits the skate of John Nichols. And now it's Nick Matro. Matro can't get a shot off. He's tripped up a little bit, so he'll skate it back. Now with Robert McNamara. McNamara tries to get around Cardi. He does. Now right in front. Shot. Goal! Andrew Parrish right through the pads of Dan Parapesco. He got around a couple guys from Oswego State defense, and this game is back to a one-goal game. Andrew Parrish, now, with his second of the game. Similar to McNamara of Oswego, that is. Robert McNamara gets an assist on that Parrish goal, however, so it's now 3-2. Markey at center ice with Christopher Gazowicz. Markey wins that one, though. Wands back to Cup. Cup looking for a pass, gives it up, tries to give it up to Carey, but that one's tipped in good hands by Coach Chris Timmons. Looks like he might have dropped it, actually. Maybe not. Looks like he had the initial catch, but dropped it and fumbled it. We'll try better next time, Coach. Oscar Markey now at center ice with Chris Gazowicz once again after it went out of play. Markey tried to tie up his man, couldn't get it. So Hazlitt now will have it in the Niagara zone. All the way down, it's going to be an icing. Chris Wands wins the race past Ryan Peters. So once again, it goes right into the defensive zone of Niagara with 16:58 remaining. Niagara with 20 shots, Niagara with 17. Oswego State will keep the same line on the ice, as Niagara will also have to keep the same line on the ice. Markey at center ice. Gazowicz at center for his team. Markey wins that one, however. Now dumped in by Chris Wands. Now Marzlik behind the boards. Right in front, Markey! And it's just gloved down by Nichols. And Markey's head goes straight up into the air. He wanted that one. Wide open. Great pass, though, by Marcelic to Markey. Markey just couldn't find the net. Markey still at center ice with Gazowicz. Can't tell who won that one. It might have been Markey, but Gazowicz will hold on into the neutral zone. And once again, will be icing as Theo Cup grabs the puck. And so once again, Niagara must stay on the ice, and it looks like Oswego State's going to keep their team on the ice as well. So the assist also going to go to Kyle Clifford of Niagara on that last goal. It's into the neutral zone now. Niagara was going to want to change, but they can't as it's dumped back in by Markey. Chris Carey now skating after it. Niagara maybe looking to try to get some changes now that they have possession. They'll skate into the offensive zone, but losing it is Hazlitt. They'll hold on to neutral zone. Hazlitt back into the red line. He just dumps it in. Gazowicz finally able to get off for a change. Wands hits the skates of the referee. Now with Cup. Cup looking for a pass. Tries to give it to Wands, but it's knocked down into the neutral zone. Marcelic skating after it against his 25 counterpart, Logan Field. 25's at it. Logan Field skating backwards. Leaves it off for Hazlitt. Now Hazlitt with a long pass. Walsh now tips it in after it went off his stick. Now with Simonek over to Dawson at the far boards. Dawson, Walsh tries to poke at it. Now it's in the offensive zone. Niagara with some possession now. Anthony Thurstow back to the blue line. Shot. Blocked up in front. Parapesco didn't even touch it. That shot came from Patrick Romano. And now Brett Dawson will be chasing after Romano with it. Goes through the legs of Anthony Thurstow. CJ Walsh just pokes it back to the neutral zone. And now it's with Simonek. Simonek in the neutral zone. Just dumps it in himself. Wraps it around the boards. Trying to get to Brett Dawson. Dawson can't beat Romano. Guillaume Herbert just wraps it in. Now with Dawson. Nichols will hold on. He can't. Brett Dawson holds on at the end boards, near corners. He wraps it backwards. Tried to leave it for Morgan, but no one was there. Morgan was a little too late to the party. And now Niagara will skate away with it once again. Thurstow over to Stockwell. Stockwell over to Thurstow. Thurstow backhand. Saved by Parapesco. He just gets the leg on it to keep this a one-goal game. Right in front now, Parapesco just wide. Daniel Smolka. He gets into the near corner. He gets knocked down by Simonek a little bit. CJ Walsh knocked down. You don't see that often. He's 6'6". Niagara at the near corner. CJ Walsh will just wrap it around, try to get it to Morgan, but Niagara holds on with Daniel Smolka. Smolka just hits it down to Ryan Peters. Just goes through the crease after a shot from Crawford. Niagara now holding on to some possession. Vecchio just missed the one-timer. Brett Dawson at Crawford going at it. Now it's CJ Walsh. Walsh using the speed. Walsh into the neutral zone on the far boards. He'll just try to get it dumped in. He's getting knocked down twice now. That one by Patrick Romano. That was a little bit of a high hit. Could have been questionable there. Now dumped in at the far corner. Bobby Vasta with it. Over to Kyle McNamara. McNamara to Guillaume Herbert. Almost had too many men on. Guillaume Herbert able to get off quickly though. Niagara holding on to it into the neutral zone with Robert McNamara. McNamara tries to give a pass off to Ryan Peters. But it just goes ahead of him. Bobby Vasta will hold on. 13:40 remaining in the period now. 3-2 Oswego State leads. Bobby Vasta fighting for it. He's knocked down hard. No tripping call there. It looks like it wasn't intentional. Sean O'Neill racing after it, except Niagara will win it with Robert McNamara once again. O'Neill wins that one though, but it's right on back on the stick of Robert McNamara. McNamara looking for a cross-ice pass. No one home. Now with Clifford. Clifford looking for a pass as well. He's battled with Mike Lemieux at the far boards. Mike Lemieux, he leaves it off now. And now taking it is going to be Robert McNamara's goal! Kyle Clifford looks like he might have gotten a stick on that one. And this one is now tied. 3-3, 13:06 remaining in the period. Actually, it looks like that was Robert McNamara this time. I apologize. So McNamara now has a goal of his own for Niagara, which ties the game. 13:06 remaining. Chris Timmons. Looks like he's talking to a couple players about that. As Chase Nees does win that one, but just pushes it forward instead. And it's in the neutral zone now with Stockwell. Stockwell skating with some speed past Cup. Just dumps it into the far corner. Now with Thurstow. Thurstow back over to Stockwell. Now back onto the stick of Smolka. Back with Stockwell. Stockwell looking for a pass back to the stick of Stewart. Stewart looking for it. It is patted down by Parapesco, who will just hold on. And now Oswego State in their own zone with 12:46 remaining. Niagara is winning the shot battle 25-17. Dan Parapesco stopping 22 of them. Chase Nees at center ice loses his face-off to David Fish. Stewart will just dump it in. Now right in front with Cup. Cup tries to get in the neutral zone, but can't. Tip right in front from Fish after the shot came from Kyle Clifford. Parapesco was able to see that all the way. Chase Nees. Nees tries to give it up to Cardi, but Cardi just tips it into the offense neutral zone instead. Now Nees, now with Cardi. Cardi just can't get a stick on it. Now Cardi once again. Now Nees. Nees, Cardi. Stop John Nichols. Cardi, Nees had a last-second pass, a beautiful pass that is, but Nichols there with the pad. Now with Wands. Wands, slap shot. Blocked up in front by Kyle Clifford, and that one doesn't even touch Nichols. 12 minutes now remaining in the period, and that one goes out of play. Huge couple defensive efforts there by Niagara University to keep this one in the neutrals, to keep this one tied at 3 with 12 minutes remaining in regulation. That one goes out of play. Oswego State has had its chances, do not get me wrong, but John Nichols has been to answer them as of late. Markey at center with Vecchio. Markey wins that one though. It goes out to stick of Wiesberg, who just keeps it in at the blue line just by a hair. And now with Marcellus. Marcellus looking for a pass now to Carey, but Carey can't get it. Now it just goes past Wiesberger this time, and he's in the defensive zone. Wiesberger. He's looking for a pass. He gets around one, but gives it off to David Hazlitt. That goes a weird bounce right in front of Parapesco. Walsh is waiting for it to wrap around. Instead goes right in front. Walsh didn't realize until it was too late, but no shot there. Niagara now, Vecchio backhand just goes wide. Walsh just knocks him down, and that is going to be a high sticking. Vecchio down, not getting up all too easily. Looks like he might be out of breath a little bit. And it looks like CJ Walsh is heading right to the box. The call was almost immediate. Athletic trainer looking to see if he's going to be all right. He stays behind the glass. Vecchio is going to head to the box. Looks like he's okay. Vecchio heads to the box. Guillaume Herbert on the penalty kill. Now, Bobby, looks like Sean O'Neill, tried to clear it, couldn't get it off. Now, right in front, just a tip wide now from Christopher Gazowicz. Parapezzo didn't see that one. Now Logan Field. Now Gazowicz shot goes way wide. Now that goes over to Hazlitt on the power play. 1:40 remaining on the power play. 11:04 in the period. Gazowicz over to Hazlitt. Hazlitt looking for a pass, gives it back to Gazowicz. Gazowicz cross ice to Field. Field can't hold on to it though. Poking at it is Herbert, but he can't grab it. Now with Robert McNamara, now with Field. Field shot, glove down, screened by Dan Parapezco. And that was a big glove save there. Bobby Vasta, it looks like Christopher Gazowicz exchanging some words. Bobby Vasta just laughing it off. 10:41 remaining in the period. 1:17 on the power play. Chase Knees at center ice for the Lakers on the penalty kill. And Justin Crawford will be for Niagara. Knees won that one. Cup with it. He loses it. Now back with Crawford. Chris Wands, who tries to wrap it around, can't get there. Niagara will hold on. It's going to go on to Vecchio, taking the point. Vecchio shot right in front. Block. Pad. Parapezco once again. And it's a goal! Rebound opportunity for Justin Crawford. It looked like Parapezco was down his back. He thought he had it. And now Niagara has their first lead of the game, 4-3 with 10:19 remaining on the power play. Justin Crawford there, that one with the goal. And Niagara has the lead. Not sure exactly what kind of assist that will garner. But either way, Niagara now with 29 shots has their fourth goal of the game. Chase Knees at center ice with Christopher Gazowicz. Gazowicz wins that one. Now with Markey. Matro. Matro almost had that one, but now with Knees. Knees trying to hit out to Matro. Cardi almost grabs a stick on it. And now it's going to be with Robert McNamara. McNamara battling with Cup. Cup, it looks like he won that battle. And that's going to be with Wands. Wands, long pass attempt on the stick of Smoko. Smoko over to McNamara. McNamara's shot, but it's blocked by Theo Cup. That one goes over to Matro. Matro now with Cardi, but it's a little ahead of Cardi for him to have a breakaway opportunity. Cardi right up in front, goes off the pads of John Nichols. Now it's a Matro over to Cup. Cup holds it in. Cup just dumps it back in. Matro going to skate after it along with Knees. Andrew Cardi now on the far boards. He loses it off to Ryan Peters. And Chase Knees will dump it back in, but now with Nick Matro. Matro over to Wands. Wands, point, shot. Just blocked away by Nichols. Now with Matro. Matro wraps it around. That's going to go on the stick of Chase Knees. He's pressured. He doesn't have a pass. He's going to try to get back to Cup, but it goes on the stick of Robert McNamara. Now with Christopher Gazowicz. Long pass, no icing. Ryan Peters almost had a breakaway, just couldn't get a stick on it. Now he's alone with Chris Wands. Holding on to is Jay Chapin. Chapin just dumps it in, hits Nichols, and he's going to hold on to it with Nick Matro pressuring. 9 minutes even remaining in the period. 4-3 Niagara leads. Well, we do have a stoppage in play. Let's take a look. I will be looking up the NACHL standings as Niagara does dump into the neutral zone. Excuse me. Now in the defensive zone is going to be Kyle Clifford. Off into the defensive zone for Oswego State. Martin Simonek with it. And he's going to leave it off for Lemieux, but it's cut off by Tyler Stockwell. Now it's to Simonek again. Simonek looking for a pass behind his own net. Gives it off to McNamara. McNamara tries to get it off to Chapin. Chapin can't get a poke check. Kyle McNamara battling for it now. Right up in front with it is Smolka. Smolka battling with Jay Chapin. Mike Lemieux goes down as well. Now it sticks with Niagara. Into the neutral zone, and now it's with Lemieux. Lemieux's got a breakaway. They got a 2-on-1. They didn't realize they had to block. Mike Lemieux shot. Blocked away. Nichols rebound. It just goes wide by McNamara again. It did. Wait a minute. Jay Chapin gets it instead. I was looking at the bench of Niagara, And all of a sudden, Jay Chapin's got the goal, and we have a 4-4 game. That's going to be Jay Chapin's 7th of the season, his 12th point of the season. And just like that, we have a 4-4 game. Don't count anyone out yet. This one's going to be a nail-biter, folks. 8:06 remaining, 4-4. Jay Chapin with the goal. Markey at center. Vecchio wins that one, though. It will pass it back now onto the stick of Logan Field. Field with it. Gives it into the neutral zone. Now it's cut off, though, by Marcelo. Markey skating after it with Field right next to him. But that one's going to be cut off by Kyle Clifford. David Hazlitt gives it off to Andrew Parrish. Parrish looking for a cross-ice pass. Tries to get it right in front. Stop by Parapesco, and that's a stoppage in play. 7:42 remaining. So now that we do have the standings, the UB Bulls are in first place with 33 points, and the Golden Griffins of Canisius are in second with 30. Both of them have clinched the first round bye and playoff position, obviously. Oswego State in third with 22 points. The Cornell Big Red with 18. Niagara Purple Eagles with 17, as that goes into the bench now of Oswego State. And so Niagara Purple Eagles in fifth with 17. So depending on how the Big Red do, this could be interesting. And Niagara, or excuse me, RIT Tigers in sixth with a final spot with 16 points. The Rutgers Ice Knights with 16 and 7th, and the Cortland Red Dragons with 10 points are both out of the playoffs as of now. Markey now with it at the far boards. And it's going to be O'Neal chasing after with Crawford. O'Neal just hits it back into neutral zone. Marcel can get a stick now. It's Markey. Markey with some speed. Markey tries to get up front. Kyle McNamara is given the assist on that one. So he has 3 points tonight, 2 goals and an assist to add to his team lead in points. Niagara holding on to it. David Hazlitt behind the goaltender. Justin Crawford looking for a pass at the point now. Vecchio shot, and it goes right into the chest of Dan Parapesco. 6:49 remaining, 4-4 is the score, and this one could be a nail-biter. Dan Parapesco has stayed strong in this one, stopping 27 of 31 shots. John Nichols had stopped 17 of 21 for his team. Almost a wide open shot there for Daniel Smokler, just going to get a stick on it. Now it's with Knees. Knees loses it, tries to get it back to Cup. He fans on the pass, but eventually does get the Cup. Cup up to Cardi. Cardi looking for a pass. He'll skate for a couple seconds. It goes right into the Niagara bench. It looks like Pavel Kovtunov tried to get a glove on that one, but couldn't. 6:33 remaining in the period. Chris Timmons drawing out some plays for Markey now to try to explain some things. Maybe try to get the go-ahead goal. Center ice now with Chase Knees and Christopher Gazowicz. Gazowicz wins that one. Matro will skate after it with some speed. He can't get it, but it's not held in by Knees. And Theo Cup with it at the neutral zone, who will just dump it in and goes wide of Nichols. Blocked in by Matro. Matro now has the puck. He gets around one, and now with Cup at the point. Cup shot just goes wide. Maybe looking for a deflection there, but no one is there. Matro holds it in. He holds onto the puck, battling Patrick Romano for it, and now with Cardi. Cardi battling with Gazowicz. Gazowicz wins that one. He's got a lot of speed going to his offensive zone. He gets around Cup, almost shot, but that's tipped away by Cup and goes up to the far boards. Over at the far boards was Robert McNamara, but Oswego State took it away. Now with Knees. Knees uses speed here. He's got 2 guys to beat now with Wands. Shot goes way wide into the neutral zone now with Robert McNamara. McNamara gets around one. He can't get around Cardi, though, and now Chris Wands there to recover. And 2 men around him. Parapesco now with a close shot from Gazowicz, but that's gloved away. 5:34 remaining in the period. 4-4 hockey still. Niagara leading the shot total 32-21. Oswego State in their defensive zone with this one as the battery does die once again, and we will charge it and put the other one in. Shot goes right in front. Simonek didn't see it, but that's cleared away eventually into the offensive zone for them. But there is no icing as they recovered it as Niagara recovered it too early. Now with a long pass, that's going to be an icing. However, as C.J. Walsh will run. No icing. C.J. Walsh does not win the race. Tyler Stockwell just beat him out. And will be held onto by Anthony Thurstow. Thurstow gets back to Clifford with a high and wide shot from the blue line, the far blue line that is. And now with Lemieux. Lemieux just clears it into the neutral zone. Maybe trying to give it to McNamara, but it's a little bit ahead. Now with Walsh. Walsh going to use his own speed. Walsh just dumps it in. It goes out of play. No delay of game there as it goes into the stand. At center ice now for Markey and Vecchio for the faceoff. Let's see who wins this one. A couple seconds, and Markey will come away with it. Now with C.J. Walsh. Walsh over to Simonek, who gives up the carry into the offensive now for Niagara, or defensive zone for Niagara, but Vecchio will come away with it. Vecchio shot, blocked away by Walsh. Now with Crawford, who gives it up, but it's onto the stick of Markey. Markey over to Marcelic. Marcelic over to Carey. Carey, the assistant captain, just dumps it in. That'll be at the end boards. Chris Carey holding on it right in front. Markey tries to get a shot. Stop. And it looks like it's in the glove of Nichols. It is going to be a shoving. Marcelic and a couple other guys going at it. Markey now with it, and it looked like Gibson Stewart went right at him. Now Markey and Stewart going at it. Player's still going at it. Marcelic, and I can't see who the Niagara player it is. And let's just say there's no love lost here. Looks like Marcelic and Crawford. They're still shoving at it. They're not letting each other go. This could be an interesting one. And it looks like, let's see if there's any penalties. Marcelic and Crawford are both going to go to are both with penalties. Let's see what the calls are. And it looks like Chris Carey might be heading over to the box as well. Maybe just to find out what happened. He's going to stay out of the referee circle. Him and Gazowicz will find out what the calls are. Marcelic and Justin Crawford going at it for a very long time. We'll have to see what the calls are. Referees talking to Chris Carey and Chris Gazowicz now. Also referred to as Brisberry by the team. Both with 2-minute minors, at least as of now, 4-on-4. We'll have to see what the official call is. So it is going to be 4-on-4 hockey for 2 minutes at least. And we'll have to see if there's any further major penalties resulting. And actually it doesn't look like it because there's no other players in the box. So it will be 4-on-4 hockey for the next 2 minutes, barring no more penalties for the next 4, and with 4:23 remaining in the period. 4-4, Oswego and Niagara are tied. Chris Carey at center ice. Bobby Vasta with it. He just puts it into the neutral zone, now into the offensive zone for the Lakers. Gazowicz, and now tipped away by Carey into the bench of Niagara. They'll just toss it back out. And it looked like the 4-on-4 squad might have changed maybe a little bit. Usually it's Theo Cup and Christopher Wands, but nothing there. Parapesco makes a stop after a shot from Gazowicz. Not Gazowicz, excuse me, no. Ryan Peters. Now Vasta and Peters go at it a little bit, shoving. And just like that, Vasta's going to go to the box. And maybe Peters? We'll have to find that one out. Unsportsmanlike conduct for both players. And just like that, we have another penalty. We'll have to see what that one is. Chris Carey and Gazowicz once again talking to the referees. Bobby Vasta and Ryan Peters having some words between the penalty boxes. It is going to remain 4-on-4 hockey. Those penalties will just cancel each other out this time, so we will not see 3-on-3 hockey. So it's going to be this time Theo Cup and Chris Wands Kyle McNamara and Jay Chapin for the Lakers. And for Niagara, it's going to be Robert McNamara and Tyler Stockwell with Christopher Gazowicz and David Hazlitt. Gazowicz shot blocked by Chapin, and he's going to skate after it now. That there's a little piece of a stick that came off of Chapin's stick. And now Wands tries to cut it off. He just puts it back into Niagara offensive zone, and Gazowicz will recover it, and I'll be listening to Bo Drake for the calls. Both calls were unsportsmanlike conduct as Parapesco makes a save there. So I'm not exactly sure what the calls were on Marcelic and Justin Crawford. I'd also assume an unsportsmanlike conduct. But Vasta and Ryan Peters both with unsportsmanlike as well. So it is still 4-4 for the next 116, 3:39 remaining in the period. Chase Knees slapping at Hazlitt's stick. That one's cut off by Wands. Wands up to Matro. Matro, he'll just gonna wait a couple seconds, maybe look for a pass. So he spins around one. His stick is lifted a couple times. He looks like he's high sticked a little bit, but no call there. Chase Knees goes down. Now it's gonna be 2-1-2 for Niagara and Oswego. Hazlitt right up front, blocked pass by Cup, and right up front now with Wands. Chase Knees up to Nick Matro. And Matro's got Wands. Wands over to cannot get the one-timer, excuse me. Now with Matro. Matro over to Wands. Wands over to Walsh, just offside by a hair. And that one's going to go back into the neutral zone. And with 35 seconds remaining on the penalties, 2:58 remaining in the period, we are still tied 4-4. Batteries once again have switched. Chase Knees loses that one. Tried to tie his man up, eventually recovered by CJ Wallace, who just dumps it in himself. And now Chase Knees over to Matro. Matro, shot, and just goes wide. That might have been padded away, actually, by Nichols. Either way, no goal. Still 4-4, 2:44 remaining in the period. Now with Andrew Parrish. Parrish loses it, but he regains it back in his offensive zone. He's going to look for a pass back to Smolka, excuse me. Loses it and goes back all the way into their defensive zone. Oswego State's lines will change. It's 5-on-5 hockey. Marcelic and Crawford exchange maybe a little bit of a stick slap, just to let them know that they are both there. Niagara jumps it all the way down. That's going to be on the stick of Simonek, and now with Walsh. Walsh over to Simonek. Back to Simonek, I should say. Simonek loses the puck, and when he regains it after Markey poked it. Cleared all the way down, no icing. Nichols will hold on to after Chris Carey laid a little bit of a stick, tried to poke it, and 2 minutes remaining in the period. 5-on-5 hockey. Bobby Vasta and Ryan Peters will remain in the box since it cannot be 6-on-6. Two minutes even remaining, 4-4. Oscar Markey and Vecchio go at it. Markey wins that one. And now over to Wands with Cup. Cup over to Carey. Carey just can't get a stick on it. Now on Marcelic. Marcelic loses the stick. The puck is even to Gibson Stewart. It's cleared all the way down. It's going to be an icing with Theo Cup, but inside Theo Cup gets a little too close, wins the race, but no icing, so he'll have to push it up for him. Theo Cup looking for a pass. He gets a long pass under the stick to the chest of Chris Carey, who gloves it down. Carry over to Wands. Wands with a shot. He's knocked down. That one's patted away and sticked away by Nichols. Over to Vecchio with some speed. Vecchio's got Crawford to his left. That one's poked away now with Crawford. Crawford, Marcelic, wide shot, nothing doing, doesn't even touch Pez. Now into the neutral zone. Vecchio looking for it, and this has to go into the offensive zone. Markey knocks him down, or actually he falls down himself trying to knock him down. And now that one's with Chris Carey, who just dumps it into the offensive zone. 1:05 remaining in the period. Now with Vecchio. Vecchio gets around CJ Walsh a little bit, doesn't get a shot off though. CJ Walsh is right on him, and he lays him into the boards. Jay Chapin. Chapin just wraps it around for O'Neal with 50 seconds now remaining in the period. O'Neal looking for a pass. Can't get anything. It's into the neutral zone. Held onto by Robert McNamara. McNamara now misses a missed pass now with Bobby O'Neal. O'Neal looking to hold on to it just to kill some little bit of a time, maybe get his forwards in. But it's taken away by Gazowicz with Lemieux coming. Into the neutral zone. Now taken away by Logan Field. Logan Field just sits it into the offensive zone. That was taken by Chapin. Now with McNamara. McNamara's got some room. McNamara, shot! Patted away by Nichols. Now with Lemieux. Lemieux looking for something. Now with Walsh. Walsh takes a shot. That one's gloved down by Nichols and held onto a high shot. 15.7 seconds remaining. And both players remain in the box, Peters and Bassett, that is, so they won't be able to return to their teams quite yet. 15.7 seconds remaining. Kyle McNamara at center, Mark Lemieux to his right. Jay Chapin to his left. Chapin gets the puck. Now with Theo Cup. Theo Cup over into McNamara. McNamara looking for a close-in goal. Close, and it's just tipped away by the skate. Nichols was looking for a pass. Instead, 3 seconds, right up front, no shot. And it looks like we're going to go ahead to overtime. We're going to turn off the camera just for the battery purposes. And I don't believe we're going to have a long break, so we will stay on right with you. This is mine and Jerry's first overtime game. 4-4, Niagara and Oswego. So we will head to overtime. I'm not 100% positive what the standards are, as I have never been part of an overtime game here. In the NCAA, that is, they have a 5-minute 5-on-5 just to settle it. And that's how it does end in NCAA. But in the ACHA, they do have shootouts. So that'll be interesting to see how this one pans out. So we are headed to overtime. Ryan Peters stays in the box. Captains from Niagara talking with the referees now to figure it all out. Referees look like they're looking at the rule book as well to figure out what happens here. Nichols will head to his crease. The players talking right now on the Oswego State bench. And we'll have to see what happens here. It looks like it's going to be 3-on-3. Bobby Vance is going to head back to his penalty box. So it looks like we're going to have a 3-on-3 period. I'm not sure the length. It's going to be 5 minutes of 3-on-3 after watching the referee's hand signals. It'll be a 3-on-3, 4 or 5 minutes. Nick Matro, Chase Nees, and Theo Cup out for the Lakers. Robert McNamara, Christopher Gazowicz, and David Hazlitt out for the Purple Eagles. Chase Nees wins that one, but it's taken away by Niagara, and it stays in the neutral zone. 5 minutes of 3-on-3 hockey underway in overtime in the Marano Campus Center Ice Arena. Gazowicz, Nick Matro right on him with a wide shot, and that's going to go onto the stick of Hazlitt in the neutral zone. He's just going to skate backwards with Chase Nees pressuring him. He's going to be behind his own goaltender now with 4:35 remaining. Hazlitt gives off for Gazowicz. Gazowicz with Matro right in front of him. Gazowicz with some speed. He had the wide shot earlier. He gets around Matro. Matro, backhand. Gazowicz backhand now with Matro. Matro's only got one man to beat. Chase Nees right up there with him. Chase Nees. Matro tries to get a shot. And then Nick Matro wins it in overtime. 4:14 remaining in the game. In the period. Nick Matro seals it. 5-4, Oswego State. Nick Matro with a game-winning goal. Everyone hugs. Dan Parapesco giving the head taps. Nick Matro, the brunt of all the hugs tonight. Oswego State ends the regular season with a win, have won their last two between SUNY Cortland and Niagara, will head to the playoffs in the 3rd seed and look to see who their opponent will be later in the week. So just to recap, first goals for Oswego State were Brett Dawson and Kyle McNamara in the first period, and then Andrew Parrish would bring it 2-1. Robert McNamara would score in the second. Well, to the assist. Cup with the assist on the Matro goal for the game winner. So anyway, Kyle McNamara would score to make it 3-1 on an unassisted breakaway. Andrew Parrish would score his second. Andrew Parrish would score his second to make it 3-2. Robert McNamara would tie it up and make it 3-3. Justin Crawford would tie it up give them the first lead at 4-3. Jay Chapin scored, make it 4-4. Send it to overtime, and Nick Matro seals the win after an assist from Theo Cup. Dan Parapesco makes 30 saves. John Nichols makes 18 for the Purple Eagles.
And that's all she wrote for the regular season, folks. Alongside Jerry Pritchard, I'm Ben Grieco. Visit us. Well, we'll see you in Buffalo, hopefully, this coming weekend in the NECHL playoffs. Once again, Oswego State 5, Niagara 4. Thanks for tuning in.